Welcome to the Harris-Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Harris-Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. I am Razorback Zach, of course, joined for the very first time in the history of the show, live and in person from the NEA Hog Pen, my boy, Marcus MC Carlton. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. This is, I guess you'd say this is kind of the ground floor of the NEA Hog Pen. Normally, my little room is upstairs where I got all my memorabilia and stuff, but we're in my living room right now because we were having a feast. We were having a little pregame feast.
Boy.
And getting our grub on. If you stick around for the watch along, we might show you some of what we had later on. But, man, I'm getting excited. We're, what are we, less than an hour from kickoff right now?
Yeah, we've got multi-view going from YouTube TV. And, man, I got to tell you, you got a nice crib, dude.
I
appreciate you having me up here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. So, 6 o'clock, for the first time ever, we're going to do a hog cast from inside the hog pen here. Me and MC will give you raw, uncensored, unfiltered, but more importantly, unsponsored footage of what it's like to watch a Razorback game with both of us. And I'm kind of scared, dude, because we're both animated.
Yeah, and the closer we get to kickoff, the more I start getting a little amped up. And,
oh, yeah.
People are going to see a different side of me tonight, one way or the other, either really, really good or really, really bad. One or the other.
I'm the guy that screams louder during a Razorback phone call. So, I mean, look, it's going to go. But I want to start out first by saying that a water main blew on Razorback Road this morning. Could it have not happened?
Yeah.
You and I were talking about this earlier. Could it not have happened on a different week?
Yeah.
Did it have to happen this game right now?
Right. Biggest game in I don't even know how many years. I mean, I've talked to some different people. A couple people have said biggest game since 2011. You could make a case for, I think it was 2015 when Dak and Mississippi State came to town after Arkansas had upset LSU and Ole Miss both back-to-back. And then Arkansas was ranked, Mississippi State was ranked. I think Mississippi State may have been number 1 or number 2.
I think they were number 1. I remember that game. I think they were number 1.
I was at that game. You know, Brandon Allen had like 7 touchdowns that night. He got beat. But either way, you're still talking about almost a decade ago from having a game this big with this kind of implications on it. I'm excited, man. I think Hogs have a shot. They're going to have to play really, really well. I think the secondary is going to get tested like it hasn't been tested all year tonight.
Well, I mean, you know, you've got Taylor Green coming back. We're going to guess he's healthy.
According to the
guess
report,
he's healthy.
Yeah.
But you're getting a lot of these pieces back that we didn't have 2 weeks ago or even for all season. But at the same time, LSU is also banged up as well. They don't have Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins is out for the year.
Is out for the year.
I was looking at this. Mason Cho posted the latest report, whatever they call it. It's not an injury report. They call it something
Availability
else.
report.
Availability report. LSU has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different guys, including 2 guys on the offensive line that are marked as out. So
that could play a big role.
It could. Yeah.
Because they don't have a run defense. Okay? Their run defense is terrible. I mean, it's not good. So if we can run the ball and we have the same game plan that we had 2 weeks ago against Tennessee to protect the football and to keep it away from them, I think Arkansas's got a shot.
Could be, man. It could be. Look, anything's possible at this point. I didn't think Arkansas could beat Tennessee 2 weeks ago and come out with almost a perfect game plan on defense, put together just enough offense to win the game. You can make an argument about Tennessee letting them score at the end or not. That's a boneheaded move on their part. So
so that argument, and we've had this argument on the show as well, but that one, I can see where Tennessee was going with it.
Yeah.
But the way that we had shut down their offense all game long, it could go either way.
Well, and I think you're better off to do it if it was a 38-35 game at that point and it had just been a shootout all night long. I say yes, you roll the dice, you go for it. But the way Arkansas's defense had played all night, that was a heck of a risk, and it didn't pay off for them, and we became the benefactor of it. So I'm just, man, TikTok, I'm ready to get this thing going and just see what's going to happen because it's been a while since we've had LSU in Fayetteville under the lights.
Yes.
You know, the crowd has had all day to get ready, shall we say. We'll just say to get ready.
But that water main breaking early this morning might have an impact on the crowd. I hope not, because they've done a real good job. The city of Fayetteville has done a real good job about hey, there's water main break, avoid this, take this exit to get to.
Well, and it's right there at MLK and Razorback Road.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of campus.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
the main thoroughfare.
The main in-way and out. I mean, it couldn't happen next week when we're down in Starkville, or even for like a Louisiana Tech game. It had to be tonight, but that, whatever. We just take it and roll with it, and hopefully it doesn't have any impact on the stadium.
I don't think it will because, again, you upset the number 14 last week. You got the number 18 coming in this week. Last time that happened was 2015. Now, the last time we had multiple wins versus top 10 schools, 1964, 1965.
Unreal, man.
What happened in 1964 and 65?
Yeah, that's
national title,
and national runner-up.
Okay, guys, keep in mind we're going to be here all night long for two reasons. One, the Allen Kerr Advisors 5th quarter postgame show coming to you live from the NEA Hog Pen 30 minutes following the conclusion of the Battle of the Boot. Hopefully, MC, the boot comes home.
Hopefully.
But for the game, and we're going to try this, the first time we've ever done this, is a Hogcast. Raw, uncensored footage of what it's like, and you're going to get our reaction, our takes as it happens. You're going to see the stream live on the YouTube channel only. It is only found on YouTube. It's not going to be found anywhere else, but we're going to have our reactions along with the stream so you know what we're talking about instead of us just looking at a TV screen and turning to the camera. So be tuned in for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm scared for that. But we're going to step away for a minute. We're going to hear from Harris Made Chef Services on the other side of the break. We're going to talk offensive side of the ball for Arkansas and some of the keys to the game. You're watching the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. Back in just a minute. If I can get my sense.
Chef James Harris is the go-to for our catering needs at Inside the Hog Pen, and he should be yours as well. Whether it's tailgating, a wedding celebration, or a simple Wednesday night meal that you don't have to prepare, Chef James builds the platform for an incredible dining experience. And with a wide variety of styles and influences, you can be sure Chef will have the menu ready for whatever your needs are. Oh, and by the way, fellas, looking for a romantic date idea? Chef James offers private chef services as well. Think about it. Just you, your significant other, and a beautifully prepared meal all in the comfort of your own home. Check out Harris Made Chef Services now on Facebook at Harris-Made, or give Chef a call at 609-816-5629 to discuss your culinary needs.
All right, welcome back to the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. I'm Razorback Zach, alongside in person for the very first time, Marcus MC Carlton. And MC, our offensive side of the ball has been kind of shaky as of late, but when it came to the Tennessee game, they were kind of on point. They were able to move the ball.
Did what they had to do,
But now you see kind of the future of Razorback football. You got Braylon Russell at tailback. You got Rashad Dominion who's come back. You can put him in.
Right.
But you also have the addition of Malachi Singleton. You're a dude who said he'd start before the end of the season, and it almost came true.
I got close. It was not the way I thought it would happen, but we did see some Malachi Singleton, and no matter what, it goes down in the book as he had the game-winning touchdown versus Tennessee.
He did. But at the same time, if Taylor Green is not 100%, do you think, in your honest opinion, do you think Malachi Singleton can get the job done and bring that boot home?
It's a tall ask, especially because at that point LSU is going to bring the house almost every down and force him to beat them with his arm. And we've not seen anything. I'm not saying he can't do it. We've just not seen him be able to do it because the biggest plays he had in the Tennessee game, he had a little wide receiver screen pass that went to Satania for a first down. Everything else was on the ground, either Braylon Russell or Malachi on the keeper.
I got to tell you, dude. Braylon Russell, son, you better watch out.
I mean, this time a year ago, he was playing high school ball. Can you imagine being on the high school field and seeing that big thing trucking at you?
I didn't even want to see him coming at me, and I wasn't even on the field, dude.
I mean, he flattened a couple dudes.
He did, and he shook them off, too.
Yeah.
So that shows you a little bit of promise, but give me something you're looking for on the offensive side of the ball as far as a key to the game.
I want to see just how healthy Taylor is. Is he going to be able to have the escapability that he's had all year when the pocket breaks down and he's got to make something happen with his legs? Is he going to be able to make that same type of movement that he's made that's given him several first down conversions on the year so far. If he is hobbled the least little bit, we may be in trouble because that just means they're going to bring more pressure.
Here's the thing that I'm worried about is that they're going to try to show that he's not hurt.
Yeah. He's
going to show the slightest bit of weakness, and LSU is just going to come after him, and they're going to target that leg.
It could be. I mean, it's like when a wild animal smells blood. You go and you try to grab it. So it's going to be on the offensive line to up the protection a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see us go max protect early just to help him get comfortable. And then once he, gets his comfort level up and he's completing a few passes, maybe we get out of max protect and you see a little more of Luke Haas or whoever's in there tied in become more of a passing option. And Haas is another one I want to talk about because, he's not on the availability report this week, which technically means he's fully healthy.
Is his back
exactly?
Okay, though?
Yes, that's the thing. I mean, what's going to happen the first time he comes across the middle?
Somebody hits
a pass, and somebody hits that back just right.
LSU doesn't hit softly.
It's going to be.
This is a rivalry game.
Yeah, and this will be another physical game like the Tennessee game was. The Tennessee game was very physical on both sides of the ball. A lot of hard hits, a lot of pad pops. I mean, there's certain guys I feel like we need to see something from tonight. We need to see something from Haas. I want to see DeBinion do a little bit.
I want to see DeBinion do a little bit because we all know he was suspended for the longest time for not showing up to practice.
We're talking about practice.
Carolyn Williams says we need to be able to make some catches and hit the open man. She's got a point because Taylor Green has a tendency to focus on one receiver.
Yeah.
He doesn't go, and we've talked about this all season long, he doesn't go through his progressions. And even Jesse made a good point that his accuracy towards a Tyrone Broden or anybody other than Andrew Armstrong is not all that great.
Can we get Andrew Armstrong in the end zone tonight? I can't believe dude is like among the league leaders in yardage in receiving yards and no touchdowns. I mean that's
has that ever happened?
It's just insane. I mean we got to get him in the end zone somehow tonight.
And this is the thing is we don't know which team's going to show up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hoping they don't get hung over from the Tennessee win 2 weeks ago, but that bye week, perfect time.
Bye week was perfect timing. We've got another one coming in about 3 weeks or so.
Before the Texas game.
Before the Texas game, yeah, very true. So let's see how if we should come out, we should be on fire to start the game, in my opinion. Should come out, the crowd's going to be lit, everybody's going to be looking for a reason to explode. I kind of have some vibes about the very beginning of this game.
What do you
feel?
Like
the 2010 Alabama game in the very beginning. Those vibes early on.
Ooh, that's the loudest Razorback Stadium.
Yeah,
that's the game, right?
That's the game. That's the game that everybody that I talked to that was there said, the stadium actually shook.
It did
when Wingo had that little wheel route. I would love nothing more than to see us jump out on LSU early. Maybe take the opening drive like we did against Tennessee, except this time let's get 7 instead of 3. And then put them in a hole right off the bat. And then if there's some way you could force a turnover, and I'm not talking about a 3 and out. I'm talking about you force a fumble, you get a pick or something like that, and then immediately go back and go for the throw.
Right.
I mean, Razorback Stadium may just explode.
If there's a roof on that stadium, it's coming off.
Yeah, it would come off if that scenario played 100%. Out. Yeah.
Carolyn Williams comes in again and says, Lord, we need to find some stability in the kicking game. We can't keep missing fourth down conversions because we don't have confidence to kick.
Yeah,
she's absolutely right.
Yep.
Our starting kicker though has gone down.
Yeah,
we don't know if he is he still out.
He's out on that availability report. He's out.
So Shipley's the next man up, and it needs to be next man up. It needs to be who's next. It doesn't need to be oh my God we can't kick the ball.
Yeah,
because we see what happened with Tennessee with Alabama.
Yeah,
Lord.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad shank on that.
It wasn't even a shank. He didn't even make he didn't even make the goalpost.
Lee Tiffin would have looked at that and went like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, you went there.
Yeah, I did. I went there for Alabama fans that know that one from way back.
But no, and this game always brings, no matter what the shape of Arkansas's team, they always play up to LSU.
Same too. Yeah. I mean, there's been in the history of this series, there's been very few blowouts, and there have been some. I think 22 maybe that we got beat pretty bad. I don't remember, but Pittman's had one game where we got beat by a couple touchdowns. Yeah. Everything else has been close.
Well, but at the same time, Do you know the coincidence of why we got beat so badly those few games? LSU's defense. When LSU's defense is on point, that's when it's always one-sided for LSU. But when their defense is in such a bad shape like it is this year, it's anybody's game.
Was it last year's game when Harold Perkins had like 112 tackles?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was just all over the field, and it seemed like every
play they were calling his name.
calling his name out. And we had no answer for it.
We didn't, but we don't have to worry about that now.
Right, yeah, because he's out. He's among the 9 or 10, whatever it was I listed off that's out. I was looking at Arkansas's the kicker, Ramsey, is on there, but the other guys are the same ones. Jalen Braxton is out again, and Rodney Hill.
Yeah.
One of the backup running backs. But you trade Rodney Hill for a Dominion, okay, you know.
You still move. I mean, you can still move the ball.
Yeah, I'll take that trade. And then, so Jaquinton Jackson's obviously your centerpiece of your running game. Braylon Russell is really coming on, you know, after the Tennessee game that he had. We're checking scores.
We're checking scores. I promise I'm not ignoring MC. I'm looking over his shoulder. And we're going to get you a full SEC scoreboard update before we get out of here.
But then but then you get Dominion in the mix as well. And I'm not expecting Dominion to come out and have 15, 20 carries tonight. If he can have 8 to 10 good carries to spell either Russell or Jaquinton Jackson, that's all we're going to need.
Well, and I even mentioned this on our 4 Downs Thursday night, and I even said this on the Dave Ellswick show yesterday. You know, Jaquinton Jackson is leading the team right now with 10 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
6 different Razorbacks, though, have rushed for at least 1 touchdown this season.
That's insane.
Our running game finally got
it back to where it's supposed to be, because Arkansas traditionally is a power running team.
It is. And I mean, you look at some of the outside of DMAC, because we all know.
Well, look, DMAC is just different. I mean, it's just on a different planet from everybody else.
I mean, you want to go back in the day, you go Mondre Hill, you go
you can go further. I mean,
Fred Talley,
you go Mondre, Fred Talley, Cedric Cobbs.
AC3.
You want to go back before that, you can go all the way back to Barry Foster that played with.
Well, you going old school.
I mean, yeah, I'm going old man with the cane, you know.
Look, man, you going old school. We can't be doing that. But look, you know, we have to, and we did this against Tennessee. You have to come out. You have to punch him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
First play, punch him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Get him rattled. But if you get to Nussmeier on the defensive side of the ball, if Travis Williams calls as good of a defense as he did 2 weeks ago, son.
Yeah, it could be a fun night if that defense is on point like they were against
Tennessee. And we've got an injury timeout for Alabama, Tennessee. Here's the thing. Talk about this Alabama-Tennessee game real quick. I love the fact that when they talk about Tennessee, they mention that Arkansas shut them down in the first half and held them to 76 yards. That's got to make Arkansas fans feel good.
Well, and prior to that game, I mean, Tennessee's offense was basically rolling. They had struggled a little bit at Oklahoma, but for the most part, they had just been steamrolling people. I mean, they were one of the top 2 or 3 offenses in the country.
Yeah. We're going to take another break here from SeatGeek. On the other side of the break, we'll have a full SEC scoreboard update for you right here on the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show right after this, if I can get my board to work. It's not working. My iPad here spelled. Yeah. You got to love technical difficulties a little bit.
Hey, when it happens, it happens.
Chef James Harris is the go-to for our catering needs at Inside the Hog Pit, and he should be yours as well. Whether it's tailgating, a wedding celebration, or a simple Wednesday night meal that you don't have to prepare, Chef James builds the platform for an incredible dining experience. And with a wide variety of styles and influences, you can be sure Chef will have the menu ready for whatever your needs are. Oh, and by the way, fellas, looking for a romantic date idea? Chef James offers private chef services as well. Think about it. Just you, your significant other, and a beautifully prepared meal all in the comfort of your own home. Check out Harris Made Chef Services now on Facebook at Harris-Made, or give Chef a call at 609-816-5629 to discuss your culinary needs.
All right, welcome back to the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. You got to love MC. You got to love technical difficulties.
It's great till it ain't, you know.
We've had a few of them this afternoon. But I want to go through some of these scores because some of these are surprising, and we're going to start with the SEC first. The one that stands out to me is this A&M Mississippi State game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
We go to Starkville next week, right? And we'll look ahead to our schedule here in just a minute. 24-17, 5 to go in the half. Okay?
Not what I expected.
If, by some happenstance, Mississippi State upsets A&M, that just further shows that this conference is wide open.
Well, and everybody's talked about all year long how terrible Mississippi State is, how terrible they are. Last week they played Georgia tight for basically 3.5 quarters, and then today they're giving A&M all they want. Of course they're going to put it all together right before Arkansas goes to Starkville next week.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's
just how it happens.
But we never play good in Starkville.
No, we don't. We for whatever reason, we struggle there. I don't know if it's cowbells or just the fact that Starkville's a crap town. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But it's we always tend to struggle there, no matter what kind of shape Mississippi State team is in. They always give us fits down there.
Hey, I tell you what. You know what's cool though? SeatGeek.
Yes, very cool.
SeatGeek. Use your promo code inside Hawg Pen. You get $20 off for first-time users. $20 off, and tickets ain't cheap.
No, they're not. But
tickets ain't cheap.
We had one of my friends,
Eric Jernigan,
took advantage of our SeatGeek promotion code. He was talking about it Thursday night on the show. Said he got tickets to the Mississippi State game for like $32 a piece.
Yeah.
So
hey,
that I mean, you're talking like early 2000s ticket prices,
right?
Like that.
Well,
so
yeah,
can't beat that.
But here's some other scores. Number 7 Alabama leading number 11 Tennessee with a minute to go in the third quarter. 10-7. That's a whole lot of what in the world.
Yeah, it is.
It's not what I've seen. But I want to ask this, and I know I'm about to piss a lot of people off.
What to do?
If Kalen DeBoer loses this game, he's not on the hot seat because obviously
he's not.
Obviously, it's first-year coach. But how bad is the Alabama fan base going to melt?
Yeah, watching the Alabama fan base, they're already struggling as it is,
right?
Because they had basically God-level coaching for the last 20-ish years. So it's just really wild to me to see what's going to happen.
Well, it's one of those two that, for the last, and SEC Nation was talking about this with Paul Feinbaum earlier, was Georgia dominating the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Dominating the last 4 years, struggling. Bama, we all know, 20 years of domination with Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Struggling. They've already got a loss on their record to Vanderbilt, of all teams.
Of all teams, Vanderbilt.
Okay? So you've got Missouri. They were in a dogfight with Auburn. We all know my hatred for Auburn.
Yeah.
We all know, screw you, Mark Pearls. We all know my hatred for Auburn.
Right.
There towards the end, I was hoping Auburn would upset Missouri because if that happened, should be no reason why Arkansas should have lost that game.
Well, and it also makes the win over Auburn have a little more credence to it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
because anytime you beat somebody and they go on to win games after that, it does make you look better. That's kind of why I'm rooting for Tennessee today.
Yeah.
Over Alabama.
Yeah, and I know we're closing on time here because we're getting close to kickoff. How about Oklahoma? Welcome to the SEC, boys.
They are getting their hazing.
35-9 loss
at home.
Yeah. I was gonna say it, but I can't because Jesse's not here to back me up, so I'm just gonna say to South Carolina.
Yeah. And how about Beamer, the way he's kind of turned things around, man? They had that heartbreaking loss earlier in the year at LSU, had a hangover game, and then come back and beat Kentucky, put a whooping on them at Kentucky. Now they go to Norman, Oklahoma, which is not an easy place to play.
No, it's not.
And go over there and just completely dominate Oklahoma today. Now, we all know Oklahoma is down all their starting wide receivers. It seems like I think they might have had one or two starting offensive linemen that were out too. So they've been decimated by injuries. But all I can say to that is welcome to the SEC.
I noticed too that they're having a quarterback situation too.
Yeah.
They can't decide on the quarterback situation there either.
Yeah.
Here's your night slate of games. Ball State travels to Nashville. We all have Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Anchor down, baby.
Yeah.
Anchor down.
Yeah.
You have our game, LSU, Arkansas. And then you have the game of the night.
Yeah.
Georgia, Texas.
Yep.
And then to round out the night, you've got Kentucky, Florida. Of those, outside of Georgia, Texas, which one do you like? I'm going Kentucky, Florida.
Yeah, probably Kentucky, Florida because it feels like Florida is about to start putting things together. They had a really, really tough game in Tennessee last week. Took the lead in that game with less than a minute left in regulation. Tennessee comes back, forces overtime, beats them in overtime. But, you kind of feel like that Florida's taken little steps forward. We talked about this Thursday night. Is it too little, too late for their coach, whose name is escaping me?
Billy Napier.
Yes, Napier. I knew it was Billy, but I couldn't remember his last name.
I couldn't remember the life of me who's head coach out at Mississippi State. It's Jeff Levy.
Yeah, Levy is, and he was on Kiffin's staff a few years ago over at Ole Miss. So the dynamic of Ole Miss and Mississippi State, coaching, at least for the coaching staffs, they're not going to hate each other because there's a camaraderie there between those two.
Yeah. So we've got another couple of score updates. A&M, once again, 31-17 now. They've scored on Mississippi State. So they're starting to pull away. And Tennessee is now up on Alabama 14-10.
Yeah, I got some friends over in the Knoxville area to be very happy about that. I've got some good friends of mine that, despite the fact that they're Tennessee fans, I try not to hold it against them because they're pretty good people. So.
Right. Hey, check it out. Top of the hour, 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Live from the NEA Hawg Pen. The first ever Hogcast with me, Razorback Zach, and my boy MC. We're trying something new, but you're going to get live, raw, uncensored, more importantly, MC, unsponsored because we don't want to piss off any of our sponsors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In-game reaction of Arkansas LSU, and then immediately 30 minutes following the conclusion of that game, you'll have the Allen Kerr Advisors fifth quarter postgame show. All right, dude. It's time to wrap it up. Give me your score prediction. You gonna stick with it, or I'm gonna
be the bad guy. I'm gonna stick with what I said. I think it's close to about halfway through the third quarter, maybe even start of the fourth. And I don't know, man. I feel like I've seen this movie before, where Arkansas's had these games where everything is sitting there perfect. You're right on the cusp of turning the corner, and for the PG way to put it is, you're Charlie Brown going up to kick the ball, and Lucy moves the ball right there at the last second. And I feel like I've seen this movie, and I'm afraid we're headed down that road again. 31-20, LSU is what I'm saying. I hope I'm wrong.
We are also, before I give my prediction, I forgot about this. We're also going to give you a little preview into the menu here at the NEA Hawg.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, dude. This is, look, if I leave here hungry tonight, it's my own fault.
That's on you.
But we're going to pull a page out of the SEC Network's book, and we're going to give you a sneak peek at the smorgasbord of food we've got here tonight. But hey, check us out. Top of the hour, YouTube only. We're going to post the link here in just a few minutes. Now it's time for my prediction. I'm going to change mine.
Okay.
34-31 Arkansas in regulation.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Shipley comes through, huh?
Shipley comes through.
Wow.
And I think, honestly, and I will give a hot take, and I will eat crow on our show. I'll eat crow on the postgame show. I will even eat crow on Dave's show because I know him and Aaron are watching. I think Shipley takes over as starting kicker.
It could be. If he gets a game winner versus LSU to be the second straight win over a top 10 team, I would say that, that's probably the man.
I'm not one, and on a closing note, I'm not one to make fun of people. But at least we don't have a starting quarterback that is now third string.
Yeah. Where's my Kermit drinking the tea? Yeah, that's none of my business. Yeah.
So, I wonder who that could be, MC.
I wonder. Yeah, let's just say,
Superman no more.
Yeah. I think that kryptonite. Yeah.
Right? But hey, that's going to do it for us on the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. Be sure to go over to YouTube, Sideline Radio Network, to catch our Hogcast. I'm Razorback Zach from Marcus MC Carlton. You have been watching an all-new Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Hey, Hawg Fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hawg Fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Yeah!